I got one last question, which is, give me your biggest, not most likely, okay, but what is your biggest realistic economic or financial shock in the next 12 months? What is the Led Zeppelin that nobody sees that has a realistic chance of occurring that could really cause the world problems?
I would say housing is starting to creep up. The premise for my worldview with especially the domestic economy is that it's completely propped up by asset prices. So the reason, the NBER for what hasn't come out and announced that we're in a recession, I think 75% of, I've got a good answer for you. It's Epstein. It's Epstein. If let's say the gal comes out and spills the beans, and then Trump releases everything, and we see that it's all about the deep state, and that they've been using, let's just say, minors to create leverage for these global elite so that they can control them to a certain degree, and that plays into a lot of the Western governments. I just talked to Robert Barnes about this yesterday, and I think that you would have the social fabric of Western society completely break down, which would lead to extreme unrest. And I think that would be my black swan in the next 12 months.
Ooh. Yeah, the worst outcome would be if it comes out that it was actually all the Mossad, and that the Mossad essentially had functional control over the government.
Yeah,
I mean, the anti-Semitism that would be very, very nasty.
it's already peak, and it's already questioning everywhere.
It'd be very nasty.
And I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell's father was the head of. He was the head of.
Well, the
propaganda for Mossad.
Yeah, and the latest thing I've heard is that instead of letting her testify, they're going to commute her sentence and make her leave the United States, and the condition is she's never allowed to talk about it. And if they do that, it's going to be huge red flags.
Yeah. I mean, George, there's going to be people. There's going to be both parties, all world leaders, Hollywood, all of that stuff. I mean, I've got this term NPC. I'm sure you've heard of it, non-player character. I think that's a huge portion of the world that shatters them when they're Hollywood figures and the government that they trust and they like to pay taxes to is doing bad things to kids.
It's all set up by the CIA. It's all set up by the FBI.
MI6, Mossad.
Institutions that people believe are protecting them. And if those institutions turn out to be effectively pedophiles,
they're completely exploitive of everyone.
Right.
Yeah, just to exploit world leaders and to get them in a compromising position. And this has been our MO for the last, 20 or 30 years. I think people just completely, rightfully so, lose their mind, but they get the torches and pitchforks. Because
don't you think
what do you have confidence in? Nothing.
Well, don't you think, George?
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't
have any confidence.
Don't you think, George, that's part of why Trump is in the position that he's in, or he could be playing that card of I just hope this thing goes away, understanding that it's the Barbra Streisand effect, or you're pushing the ball underwater. But if he knows what's in there, and they all know what's in there, they know that releasing that causes this. It causes the fabric of society to completely fall apart. And for them to get pitchforks out for their local mayors, their local everything.
I got to tell you, man, he's playing with fire.
Totally is.
By doing this and by going after Obama.
He's totally playing with fire.
So crazy.
Yeah, he's trying to divert attention away from himself, I think, with Obama. Not that he's not guilty, but.
I don't know who's guilty of what. What I'm saying is it's not good for Americans to try to imprison former presidents. It's a bad idea, right? Ford and Carter didn't do that to Nixon.
Right.
Like, bad president, let's just move on. It's kind of like a no-fault divorce. Let's not get caught up in who did what to whom. Let's just move on. It's a better outcome. All right, I've got one for you. I want to know what you think about this. So I don't think that the people in Tehran are just going to walk away and be our friends. I think that they're going to do something to us. And I think there is zero appreciation of that in the financial markets. And I have no idea what they might do to us. But, blowing up Hansford or blowing up Oak Ridge or I don't know, blowing up the congressional buildings or something, Like, I don't think that they're going to be like, oh, that's great. We just got humiliated by the people that we hate the most, and so now we're just going to do nothing.
Yeah, so terrorist attack.
I think, but I would also say if that happens, I wouldn't say it's Tehran. I would say that it could be a false flag. I think it could be a total setup by Israel to get us involved deeper
just to be
into
clear,
Iran.
that's not my.
No, that's fine.
That's not my likely outcome.
No, that's fine.
But I think
that's what I think.
I think that we are. I just don't think they're going to walk away, and I don't think anyone's thought yet about that. What Ron Paul used to always call blowback.
Yeah.
You know, sure, you can do whatever you want to these countries, but that's just going to make them hate you more. You know, when we firebombed Tokyo and we killed outrageous numbers of people, they didn't quit fighting us. When the Germans bombed London, they didn't quit. It's like this idea that you can win a war, which a war, of course, is more than just a battle. Right. Sure, you can win a battle with air power. There's no way you can win a war with air power, and we haven't learned that lesson yet.
There's a reason why the world's best informed investors read my daily journal. Subscribe for free at portersjournal.com.